After his escape, Michel fought as a senior commander in the French secret army and was captured twice more, surviving interrogation and torture against the odds. When the Allies landed in the south of France in August 1944, Michel joined the Thunderbirds division of the American Army and fought with them through France and Germany. At the end of the war, he took on another role, this time as a Nazi hunter with the U.S. Army's Counterintelligence Corps, where he organized the capture of one of America's most wanted war criminals. He also acquired a reputation as a brilliant interrogator, in Phase 1, playing the nice guy.
I would be a pushover. Very easy. I would ask simple questions, so the suspect would feel, it's nothing, it's easy. Yes. I can say anything. Yes. And I wouldn't take any notes, but I would register everything.
When he had listened to his suspect's story, Michel would send a colleague to fetch a fake file from the shelves, and Phase 2 would begin.
As I was reading, he was sitting. Oh, my God. The Americans have a file on me. The pushover turned into a hitter. No, bang, bang. I hit. He had no time to think it over. Bang, bang. One after the other. No, and there, yeah, and there. Yes. And usually I got everything. You have to be a good actor, I guess. But more than that, it's important to be able to put oneself into somebody else's place, in knowing what they feel, what they think, yes, in knowing what they're saying.
Michel's powers of interrogation became well known, and he was responsible for collecting some critical information about the Nazi Party in the aftermath of the war. In 1947, Michel sailed to America and started a new life in Beverly Hills, where he set up a language school. He developed his teaching method on an exclusive set of students, a who's who of Hollywood that has included over the years Grace Kelly, Yves Montand, Woody Allen, and more recently Eddie Izzard and Emma Thompson.
How would you say I want?
Quieres. Oh.
I want.
Quiero.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Michel has agreed to demonstrate his method by teaching Caroline Clark and Bruce Flynn Spanish for a day and a half, a language that neither of them has studied before.
And I want it.
Lo quiero.
Lo quiero. And I don't want it.
No lo quiero.
No lo quiero, yes.
Until recently, Michel has kept his method of teaching a closely guarded secret. Now that he has published part of his course on tape, he is more willing to let people watch and record his lessons. Herbert Morris learned Spanish with Michel several years ago.
He lets you know that the responsibility for your learning lies with him and not with you. This comes as a stunning kind of revelation and immediately leads one to relax. He also says there's one rule, that you mustn't try to remember anything. And that also leads, I think, to relaxation. You begin to feel you're entirely in his hands.
I'm sorry, but I don't want it.
Lo siento.
But?
Pero.
I don't want it.
No lo quiero.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then, most significantly, I think what he's done is he's broken the language down to its simplest elements, and he starts with very simple kinds of sentences, and you already have acquired the nouns that you need and the connectives, very simple ones, and then you begin to generate, in response to his providing you with the English sentence, you begin to generate the sentence in the foreign language, and it goes on that way, and it gets more and more and more complicated.
Can you tell me how much it is? Because I want it, and I want to have it, and I'm going to buy it, if it is not very expensive.
For the first 25 years of his teaching career, Michel was perfecting his technique, removing any obstacle that could interfere with the learning process.
Everything was important. Everything. The importance of taking away writing took me a long time to break away from it. In my teaching, I will tell the students of how to spell. If you know how to spell it mentally, you know how to write it, and you know how to read it. And that's why it is quite an experience to my students.
I thought it was incredible, and I'm amazed how much I think I have learned, which, given that he sort of says go away and don't try and remember what I've told you and don't battle to think of things, it's amazing to then go back in the following day and find that you have miraculously, and I really don't understand how, remembered all that he's taught you the day before. I think it's amazing. And so apparently in the space of 2 days we seem to have learnt more than I learnt in 6 years of doing French O-level. I mean, it's been a pretty draining few days in a way, because he seems to have the unending stamina, so the sessions have been long and without any break, and he just keeps going and going and going. And therefore I feel half shattered and half very excited about the fact that I don't want to just leave it at this. So I want to keep learning.
Michel is admired by his students, but has had a difficult relationship with his fellow language teachers.